While most brands when designing a shortscale bass stay fairly traditional with looks and sounds, Cort went a different route. Welcome to Bass the World. My name is Gregor Fries and on bass we have my buddy Kai Lemke today. And here it is, the GB shortscale from Cort in pink. Well, they call it Fandango purple. They also make it in yellow, crush and forest green. What a funky trio. Shortscale of course means that we have a shorter neck. The scale is the distance between the bridge and the nut up here. Standard is 34 inches. This is 30 inches, which plays very differently. Everything is closer together, which makes arguably a lot of things a lot easier to play. The neck isn't slimmer, the nut measures 38mm, which is exactly what a 4-string jazz bass would be, but this for sure feels tighter. The GB shortscale is clearly inspired by the Music Man Stingray. It has one pickup in the sweetest of spots. I didn't actually measure that, please don't hold me accountable. I would have to scale the position down to 30 inches, which frankly seems like a lot of work for something I can simply hear, because this sounds really good. This pickup doesn't come alone. First we have a 3-way switch to use in either serial, parallel or single coil mode. And if that's not enough, the whole thing is paired with a 3-band EQ. The Preamp comes from Mark Bass. It's the MB1 with controls for bass, mids and highs. There's no passive option, which is surprising to me, so please make sure you always have a spare battery in your gig bag. And now let's hear the 3 pickup sounds. The Zero is by far the loudest and mightiest sound, I would almost say, out of any shortscale ever. It's not a challenge, louder isn't better, at least not in this context. The single coil is more dynamic and open sounding, and parallel is basically a tamed down version of that Zero sound. In combination with the Preamp, this is surprisingly versatile for a one pickup bass. The body of the GB shortscale is made from poplar, which was chosen to keep the basses lightweight. All weight here is slightly below 3.5 kilos, so that worked out. But the highlight here is the neck, made from roasted maple, same as the fingerboard. We got 22 frets and a trusswood access from the side of the body. I say highlight because the neck feels like a dream. Roasted maple with what I assume is a thin satin lacquer coating, just to keep the maple safe, makes for a great neck feel. I love this. What else do we have? A string retainer for the G and the D string, a black pickguard, a simple Fender style bridge, open gear tuners and a separate battery compartment for a quick battery change. I think that's all. This bass is amazing. I think it's one of the most interesting shortscale basses, and in this price range, I think it takes the crown. Of course, you have to like the colors, but I think the forest green is neutral enough in case you can't deal with the bright stuff. There's just one issue, nothing too bad, but I think it needs to be mentioned. This bass is loud. You will gravitate towards the Zero sound because it's the strongest and that's usually what our ears prefer. But if that's your bassline volume and then you start adding even more with the EQ, it gets quite frankly too loud. You can of course turn the whole thing down, that's why there's a volume control and not just a mute switch. But still, I think they went a little bit over the top here. Otherwise, I'm very happy with this. The sound, the feel, this is a very well designed bass. If you want to try one out, please check the links in the video description below. We're working with a bunch of Cort dealers, I mean, you know the deal. Here's another video that you can watch. Here's a fabulous bass short shop, and here's me saying bye. Bass the world.